side of this stretch really, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I mean the rivers are beautiful and all that kind of stuff, but it's not like the canals where you can just moor up. You know, if you see a nice place, you can't just moor up and stay for the night. It's a bit more difficult than that.
Designated moorings that don't have many spaces, isn't it?
Like 2 or 3 spaces. So the one we just left there was
3 spaces?
3. There's a
3 and a bit.
Yeah, kind of 3 narrowboats on there really. That's about it. So, all right.
You can see one of the kilometre markers here and its corresponding notation in the Nicholson guide that we use to help navigate the river and know where we are. You can see here the abundance of weed at the edges. It's a combination of duckweed and azolla. Azolla is considered a very invasive plant in wetlands and freshwater lakes. And you'll see as we continue our journey down towards Boston, it becomes more and more of a problem. Zola floats on the surface of the water by means of numerous small, closely overlapping scale-like leaves with their roots hanging in the water. It's commonly thought of as a tropical plant, but it's adapted to the colder climates in countries such as the United Kingdom. It can form mats up to 30 centimetres, that's 12 inches thick, and cover 100% of a water surface, preventing local insects and amphibians from reaching the surface. So that sign said FISKERTON Fen moorings.
Yeah, mile marker 11 or kilometre marker 11.
They're not marked in the Nicholson's guide, are they?
We'll mark it on so we know.
As well, who's desperate to go. So while Pete filled the boat with water, emptied our toilet cassettes and got rid of the rubbish, I took the dogs off and helped a man who was on his own on this boat through the lock. It's far easier to have help if you're going through a lock on your own, so we always try and help if we see a single-hander. Once he was through, I then refilled the lock and we moved our boat in. I climbed down the ladder to get back on the boat and we were on our way again. This is one of the boats that the Canal and River Trust used to remove the weed from the river. As we approach Kirkstead Bridge, we were really relieved to see spaces on the visitor mooring pontoon. The moorings are perfectly located for a short walk into Woodall Spa. Come for a walk around this lovely little town with us. This is the beautiful Petwood Hotel. It's a Grade 2 listed building and was originally built as a private residence in 1905, but it's seen roles as a World War I military convalescent home, and in World War II it was the officers' mess for bomber command squadrons, including the Dam Busters. During January 1944, 617 Squadron moved to Woodall and remained at this airfield until the end of World War II. The Petwood Hotel in the village was commandeered along with other local accommodation for the air and ground crew. Nowadays it's a lovely historic hotel with beautiful gardens to enjoy. We then walked in search of the famous historic Kinema In The Woods, built in 1922 and still operating today. We checked to see what was showing and bought tickets to see the new Top Gun movie the next day. The walk from the moorings to Woodall Spa town centre partly follows the water railway route. This follows the River Witham from Lincoln to Boston. It's a mostly traffic-free off-road route, perfect for cycling and walking. Both Pete and I had visited Kinema In The Woods as children. Pete grew up in Lincoln and I had aunties that lived in the Lincolnshire area, but we hadn't been for years and years and years, and it was still the same as we remembered. Join us next time as we continue our journey down the River Witham towards Boston. We see one of the weed boats in action and I finally take the tiller. And we catch up with our boaty friends again.